For the first time in 60 years, China is staring at a population decline. Its strict one-child policy ended back in 2016, then later allowed 3 children. Today, the policy has been further changed. The country is now looking at ways to encourage childbirth. For example, in Shenzhen, all couples having a third child or more will be eligible for a cash allowance. A sum of $2,800 will be handed over once the child turns 3 years old. Payments for having the first child is about $1,100 and for the second child is $1,600. In Jinan, mothers who give birth to a second or third child will receive a child care subsidy of about $90 each month. This is until he or she turns 3. Mothers will also be entitled to 158 days of maternity leave for each child, and fathers will receive at least 15 days. The government also announced policies on housing, healthcare and education for families with more than one child. In the city of Yichang, that is in central Hubei province, eligible families with 2 or more children will receive a childcare subsidy of $74 per month. This will also be per child until the age of 3. Now, in July of 2021, a city in Sichuan province became the first to offer subsidies to families to raise more children. Now, it is important to know that experts have estimated that China's population may have started shrinking just last year. Official figures are yet to be announced. And as we told you, the last decline was reported back in 1960. That is when China was reeling under the Great Famine. Let me show you some data now. On your screens is a graph from 1980 to 2022. This is China's birth rate per 1,000 people. The early 80s is when China imposed its one-child policy, and the effect of that decision can be seen from 1990. Even after revoking the move in 2016, there has not been any significant change. The birth rate has been slashed to half within 40 years. Just last year, in 2022, only 11 births were recorded per 1,000 people. Now, with the birth rate declining, Beijing introduced a 3-child policy in May of 2021. But experts say that it could significantly affect the country's economy in decades ahead. You see, even the one-child policy produced consequences. It did reduce the population growth, but it had bigger fallouts. China's overall sex ratio has become skewed towards males. There are roughly between 3 to 4% more males than females in China. And this is because more and more parents wanted a male child, particularly in rural China. This gave rise in illegal sex determinations and also infanticide. The policy also led to a growing proportion of elderly people. China's low fertility rate is a long way from being reversed. Relaxing fertility restrictions will alone not be enough. The Xi Jinping government needs to tackle the fallout of its previous policies first, and this time it needs to think it through.